In today's video, we're actually in Miami. This little background you see here is actually our little tiny Airbnb that we rented. Today is going to be a vlog dedicated to our trip to Miami to come see a surgeon for my BBL that I told you guys about. I am planning on seeing Dr.Nassif here in Miami. I have a in-person consult to see him tomorrow. Right now, we're actually getting ready to go to the beach for a little bit. We actually got to our Airbnb like about 2 hours ago, but we took a 2-hour power nap because we've been up since like 5 in the morning and we didn't go to sleep until like almost 2 last night, so we were so dead. About to go to the beach right now and I'm gonna take you guys with us. I am so excited. This is legit, like we've been so excited to get out of town for a little bit, and legit we're like so tired and we're like, okay, this is why we don't travel. We would rather be home. I miss my baby and I miss my dog and I miss my house already, and we just left. This is why we don't travel, you guys. So this is what I'm wearing right now, and don't judge me, you guys, because I came to Miami to get a butt, okay? This is why. But this is what I'm wearing basically right now. We did get a Airbnb that is right next to the beach, so we can literally walk over right now. Well, you guys really don't need a huge tour because like literally, like this is it. Like this is it. We got a couch over here, which is, you know, nice. It just relax, and then my husband is dead. And then we have a little area where we could eat lunch tomorrow. Little kitchen. Our fridge is in here, and then we have a restroom. This is definitely just an Airbnb for right now, but I would definitely not recommend this place or think of staying at a place like this like when you're wanting to recover, because the view is nice. I feel like it's too small. I honestly feel like when you're gonna recover, you need space to be able to walk around, because recovering is part of the process. And then on top of that, this place is like almost 50 minutes away from Miami Life Plastic Surgery Center, which is where I'm getting my surgery. So yeah, you guys, see you guys in a little bit. Say hi, babe.
Those pictures will last.
Baby, really? You make me edit? I'm gonna leave it on there. I guess I don't have anywhere to put the phone to record us, so. How far is it, babe?
Let's see. So 33 minutes. 51 if you don't take tolls. 33 if you take the tolls. And then it would be faster, but there's always traffic here on this bridge. And
Thankfully,
right
we did pay for tolls.
Yep, because then we'd be screwed.
Yeah.
Starting route to Miami Life Plastic Surgery.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Proceed to Collins Avenue, then
So
take a sharp left turn.
Earlier, we had looked it up and it said that it was, how long, babe? Like an hour
An
and a
hour
half?
and 6 minutes without tolls.
Yeah, because I think it was like traffic hour.
Tell them if they want to get a rental car, they better get the tolls, because then it's going to be like an hour to get everywhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna shit my pants, babe. I'm gonna literally shit my pants. And I'm gonna have to edit the sound out. Literally, my stomach is turning so bad. That's crazy.
Okay.
We're actually
I'm
here.
gonna drop you off at the front.
Thank you. I'm here for a in-person consultation
With who?
with Nassif.
Nassif? Yes. Did you pay deposit already and everything?
Yes.
Okay. No, it's just signed by Miami Left Surgeon. If anybody has any questions, they can call us directly.
Okay, just a ceiling pool. Doctor got to sign it. Y'all should fill it out. She should fill out her own.
No, she has to fill it out. She can fill it, but they should go back and stuff.
Hey guys, so I am back from my appointment right now. I look a little blue because the water is like reflecting into the room because everything's white in here. I saw Dr. Nassif today and I actually really liked what he told me. I feel like he made me comfortable. I am actually very amazed that I got to see him just because it was just a consultation. I did already submit my deposit for surgery in November. Usually you'll find some doctors, like in 2020 when I had a smart lipo, when I went for a consultation, I never saw the surgeon, and you don't actually see the surgeon until like for pre-op. So I was so amazed that he made time to see me. So that's one point for the doctor, because not a lot of doctors will see you for a consultation. Typically what happens is like they'll send one of their assistants to see you. I kind of want to tell you guys a little bit about the points that he touched on, but one thing that really caught my attention was the fact that I told him, I know that before I come back to you, I booked for November so that I can have time to lose weight, because my BMI right now is at like 36.2 and his cutoff point is at 35. It used to be 36 and then he made it 35. But he let me know that it really just depends on the way that your body looks. One thing that he mentioned with me is that I carry most of my weight in my legs, which I knew because I have really thick legs, and I've always had really thick thighs. And now that I've noticed myself gain weight, I noticed that like that's where most of the weight is going, except it's not going to my butt. I'm like, this makes no sense, God, like why? Because he knew I wouldn't know how to act. He let me know, like for example, he gave me an example. There's someone that's coming in for surgery and her BMI is at 31. However, so basically like her legs are very thin, very skinny, and then she carries all of that weight in her abdomen area. Let me show you guys so you guys are able to see kind of what he means by that. So for me, I have very thick thighs, no booty, but as you're able to tell, like you can see like a lot of the weight is going like towards this area, and then the thighs have always been thick, so that does not surprise me about my body. But basically because this area here is not too big, like if you can tell, like it's not like, and whenever I know I lose like instantly like 10 pounds, I don't mean instantly, but like whenever I start doing really good with my eating habits and my workouts, I lose 10 pounds like right away. And like literally this will look like this, like that. So right now it's like this. But one thing that he said is, because I am not too wide, I'm not carrying a lot of my weight in my abdomen area. Whenever I breathe, I don't take up too much space to breathe. And he said, even though that person's, this is just an example of, so that I could understand what he was trying to tell me. Even though her BMI is lower than mine, a lot of that weight is being carried in the abdomen. So whenever she breathes, it takes up a lot more of that space, which causes the surgery, this type of surgery, to be a lot more risky, which is one thing that I wanted to mention to him, and I did, is that I was happy that he gave me that example, because another reason why I wanted to lose weight prior to the surgery is because I had heard the higher your BMI, the more risky that it becomes. So I'm really glad that he gave me that like image of how that specifically works. So one thing that he told me though is, for example here, he let me know, of course, like the BBL will consist of top abdomen, bottom abdomen, and then this here, and of course like these rolls back here, and all of this basically. So the 360. So he did, I want to show you guys what it looks like now, because eventually I'm gonna get it fixed anyway. So right now this is what my abdomen looks like, right? And here I have some loose skin here that whenever I'm like sitting, it feels like a chunk, but it's really just loose skin here. And then I have fat here, right? But so he let me know there's really no fat in this area, but there is fat in this area. Can you guys see the difference between this and this? Like, this is just loose skin. So he's gonna be taking care of this. He's gonna be taking care of this chunk right here, all of this, and of course like this here. And another thing that really bothers me, that I'm glad he pointed out, so that makes me a lot more comfortable, is this. So a lot of times, like even when I'm working out, like when I'm at the gym wearing leggings, you know, like how we like to pull our leggings all the way up here like this, and then like let's say you're wearing like a cute crop top or whatever, this looks flat, but then I don't want to say the word it's on YouTube, but like this area here sticks out so much that it's embarrassing for me. Like, it just looks huge, and I feel like you can kind of see it there. Like, you can kind of see how much it like it pops out. It just stands out so much. So without me even having to tell him, he actually told me that he wants me to add this area, which is only an extra $600, which is cheap compared to if you go to different surgeons. A lot of times, like when you add an extra area, it's like $1,200. So it's only $600 to add this. So he wants me to go ahead and add this. Of course, he's like, it's totally up to you, but I recommend it. I'm like, I'm so glad he said it, because I know it. Like, it's a part that really bothers me, and I was hoping that there was some way to fix this, so that it's not like I want to have it like skinny, like a Victoria's Secret model, but I just don't like how it just stands out so much. And then another thing that he told me is, because I don't have too much fat like here, because remember, you only have 4 liters of fat that they can legally pull out of your body, because it is where it's in Miami. I think in Texas it's 5 liters. The thing is that, because my thing was that I didn't want to add a bunch of areas and take away from the results here, but he doesn't think that I have enough, like 4 liters here. So he's like, it's okay if you want to add other areas. Another area that he suggested that I add is it is here, because he did tell me, and I did show him, of course, like with no clothes on, what it looks like here, because he says that, of course, like, you know, like when you're standing, I'm showing you guys this, but like, just because I don't want to like show you naked, but this here, this is a chunk that takes away from your booty. So basically, he suggests that I remove this here, so that whenever he's like done working on the booty, this won't look as large right here, because when I'm standing like this, I feel like you can't really see it unless I was to take my clothes off. But girl, I'm embarrassed of my booty. I'm not about to show you my butt. So there's a chunk here. Like whenever I stand like this chunk takes away from the booty. So that's why when he's done working on this, he doesn't want this to be an issue here. So when he takes that away, it's also gonna make the booty look a lot more like curvy here. So I'm gonna have more of a cuff, because this, if I leave this, it may take away from this, or it may take away from like the shape of my new butt basically. So I'm really glad that he pointed that out, because I had literally even told my husband that I wanted to add this, because it's a lot. Like when I'm standing like this, you can't see it too much. Let me see if I can turn the light on. Can you hear me, babe? How do you turn the light on? Oh, there. So this light is kind of yellow. I hope that you can still see me. But so yeah, you can see it a little more. Let me see if I do this. So so let me show you kind of what it looks like when I'm standing like this. The camera is really not picking it up as much, but there's like a huge chunk here, and so this chunk is not only like at the front, but when I'm closing my legs like this, oh, there you can see it. You see this? That little curve right there? Yeah, that's what he's talking about. And I am happy because I feel like he touched on all the parts that I was feeling uncomfortable about. And at the same time, I didn't want to add a bunch of areas in one sitting, because I didn't want to go crazy with it. But I'm happy to hear that he thinks that I'll be fine, because he said technically those 4 liters are not necessarily like, he said sometimes it could be fluid that he takes out, and so he's really just counting the liters that he's taking out in actual fat. So he's like, you'll be fine, because I had told him, what if I do this and then like for other areas I could maybe come back like the next year or like in a few months. And he's like, no, because then you end up spending a lot more money, because then you'll have to basically be put under again, and you have to pay for that. And he's like, you'll be fine if you just go ahead and add it. And that is really what I needed to hear. Another thing is, he mentioned for me to that if I want to, I can add this on there, which I was thinking about doing anyway. I do want to lose some weight, even though he told me that like technically like he could take me right now with my current BMI, just because of the way that I'm shaped. I'm not at high risk. I'm still gonna go ahead and lose 10 to 20 pounds before I come back to actually get it done. But he did let me know this is something that he can work on here as well, and this as well. I'm not really sure if I'll do this, but I would definitely be adding these 2 areas and possibly the arms as well. And yeah, I'm just really happy because I feel like this trip was definitely worth it. I wanted to be able to go and see, because you guys, the surgery, like the BBL that includes this, is $5,500. So honestly, compared to Houston pricing, I was like, why is it so cheap? Like there's no way that surgery can be this cheap. So I was a little worried, and I needed to come and find out for myself, okay, is this place, because sometimes you can kind of tell like as soon as you walk in if this place is gonna look like really ghetto and dirty. You know, I was gonna be like, no, like my gut was gonna tell me no. I'm a very spiritual person, and I was like, if I walk in here, meet this doctor, and I get good vibes, then it just reassures me that I'm doing the right decision. And thankfully this is really how it went. This is how I feel. This is me talking and showing you like my areas is literally 13 minutes long, but it's part of the process. And I really wanted to film in there, but when I went in there, we just started talking right away. And of course, and I let him know, I'm so thankful for him to actually see me in person, because I know that he's in between surgeries, and he's on top of surgeries, he's doing the pre-ops for all the girls for tomorrow as well. So I didn't want to mess with the time that he was able to give me. I'm feeling really good, and I'm really, really good about what I heard. Because even though you could have gone last year and you have my same body type, I was like really insecure about the way that this looks. Like you see from the side how it's kind of like curves. He let me know that it's scar tissue, which scientifically, I guess when we go in there again to lipo all of that, is gonna break through the tissue. And I'm hoping if that happens, if that is the case, then I can basically reshape the way that my tummy looks. Because right now, because of the scar tissue that I had from the smart lipo, my belly button is like up and down instead of like being like this, like open, you know. So if this is torn again, basically it has to reheal again, and that means that I can actually like use one of those belly button things so that my belly button stays open, and I can compress and and look and have my tummy looking to where it's not like, I don't know, it's just so, it looks so odd, honestly. If you're thinking about getting smart lipo, I would say, girl, don't do it. It really messed me up. Just come and get something else done where they're actually gonna be able to sculpt you, and it's actually worth what you're paying. Another thing too is he let me know that I'm naturally wide, and I know this because even when I was very thin in my teens, I've always been like very squared. I've never had no type of shape. So when he told me that I'm naturally not, like my waist is not going to be like super tiny, it makes sense because of the way of where my ribs end. Like my ribs are like right here, so this keeps you from being able to like have much shape anyway. So he did tell me that I'm not gonna be like super tiny, but if you really look at it, I literally have, I would say like 2 inches on this side and 2 inches on this side of nothing but fat. Because how can I tell? Like literally, you guys see that? That's 2 inches, about 2 inches of fat here and 2 inches here. And so taking that away just looks so much better. And then of course, like this is just a whole nother conversation here. And you know, he did look at my hip dips. He let me know that they're not really hip dips because my indentation on my hip is actually positioned in a different spot. And in my whole life, I always thought I had terrible hip dips. Apparently not. What causes the indentation is the way that my muscle is, the way that my muscles sit up on like the side of my leg. But he's gonna try to fit in as much fat as possible on top of that to have that indentation somewhat go away. However, because that's the way that my muscle is set up, I could just, you know, he could give me projection this way, but this is just going to be something that's just part of me. And I like that he was pretty realistic with that, because for years I feel like I've been rehearsing what I wanted to tell him, and I wanted to be like, look, I want this tiny little waist and a big old fat ass. But I like that he was realistic, and he's like, we're gonna give you projection, I'm gonna try to build up the hips. And thankfully I naturally already have like very thick legs, so even if there's just a little bit that they can feel here, it'll make a huge difference. And then on top of that too, what was another thing? When I'm actually happy that he told me to add this area, create the illusion of like a thigh gap. And so the thigh gap also makes the sides, the hips, look wider. And so inches gone here, inches put here, and then inches gone here is gonna make it look like more of an hourglass figure. So I'm happy, I'm content, and yeah. Right now we're gonna go and we're gonna go to the beach and have some fun. But yeah, that was the vlog for today. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey. I am actually thinking of moving my surgery up, just because there are certain things that I want to do in my business that I feel like I have to put on hold because of the timing of it. So if I just go ahead and get it done sooner, I can move on with the things, the growth of my business and my brand, and it'll be a good year. Yeah. Hey baby, what do you think about my surgery?
I think this trip is a nice little getaway from Houston.
Yeah. How do you feel about me getting a new booty?
I like it. I mean, it's what you want, so it's what I want if it's what you want.
Okay. Now, one question that I asked him, and I'm like, it's funny because like if you have a husband as well, you kind of like wonder this, but I asked him like how he's gonna feel about like attention, because that's like one of the topics that I see on the surgery groups a lot, is like new attention, because your butt is like huge, you know. And how do you feel about that, babe? Like guys staring at my butt or girls staring at my butt?
That's my butt to touch.
Alrighty guys, so there's a few other videos that I plan out on recording, but I haven't done it because honestly there's a lot of noise going on in the studio next door to mine, so I have not been able to film, but I will get that up for you guys as soon as we get back to Houston. So I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you